Good morning, guys. It is, what time is it? It is 6:34, y'all. So if my voice is a little raspy, that's why. So I wanted to get this video done because I actually have a meeting in the next hour or so. So I got up extra early. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so one of my subscribers, I don't know if she was asking, because I'm about to see, I don't know if she wanted to know how can you tell if you've forgiven somebody or how to forgive somebody. So before, let's see. Oh, okay. So shout out to Spoiled Butterfly. Her Instagram is spoiled_butterfly. She wanted to know how do you know you have truly forgave a person? What better person to ask but me? So I'm gonna start off by saying this. It's not really so much of you forgiving them, because whatever the situation is, whoever hurt you or whoever put you in a situation to where, I'm sorry y'all, this light, maybe I can turn it back this way. Hold on. I seriously have to find me a tripod stand today, because this is not it. I've been using this mini one, but it's not giving what it's supposed to give at all. So, well, first of all, it's not about them. Even though they were the ones that hurt you, even though they were the ones who put you in a situation for you to forgive them, when I hear forgiveness, I see pain, I see hurt, because that's just what I see when I see the word forgive, when I hear forgive, when there's people that talk about forgiveness. That's all I hear is pain, maybe abuse. Like, you just don't know the situation, but it does not sound positive at all. So you know, people got their own little way of like how they handle forgiveness, and you know, people say forgiveness is not for them, it's for yourself. That's 100% true, but more so, it's not their fault as of why there's forgiveness to begin with. And before y'all comment down below, let me explain what I mean, because I promise y'all I mean well, and I'm only speaking from my past experiences, which is why I was very glad when I saw that specific DM, because I get this question all the time. And so I was like, you know what, let me just answer this question, because I feel like y'all want to know. Coming from a person that has been through a lot of pain, my 20s was just dragged out pain, just dragged out hurt. And then, of course, you know, you got your childhood trauma. And so what happens in your childhood is you don't have no control over that. So God picked our parents for us, and our parents' job is to nurture us, protect us, shelter us, feed us, nurture us, feed us. Oh, y'all, baby Drake is up this morning, so excuse him. But yeah, so anything that happened to us under the age of 18, maybe even 17, but I'm gonna give it 18, that burden belongs to our parents. Once we walk across the stage, that burden no longer lies on our parents, because it's up to us. If we know that we've had like a terrible childhood, or not so good childhood, was around so many negative things, it's our job to go to therapy and get counseling to heal the correct way, so that you'll have an awesome adult life. And what happens when you don't go to consistent therapy, I'm talking once a week, and if you can't do once a week, every other week. And if you can't do every other week, at least go once a month. Like, if you can find time to get your hair done that takes hours, or get your nails done that could potentially take hours, depending on how many people is in the chairs when you walk in, then you can go to therapy consistently. That will eliminate a lot of hurt and pain, because a lot of the decisions that we make in our adult life stems from our childhood that we never healed from. So if you have a narcissistic parent in any way, shape, or form, you're gonna attract that. If you have parents that didn't protect you, then you're going to attract that. If you have parents that was very abusive and then nice one day and then abusive the next day, then you're going to attract that. So what I'm saying is, it's not your fault that whoever hurt you decided to hurt you. It's not your fault that they turned out to be who they turned out to be, because that just means that they didn't go to therapy and they didn't heal from their childhood. But what I am saying is, you got to look at yourself and figure out why you have attracted that pain. And I'm not just talking about in relationships. I mean, friendships. You guys have seen a lot with me on this platform, from relationships to associates, because nobody on this platform, they're not friends. Nobody. Now, I've had personal conversations with people on this platform out of being kind and nice, and thought that they were kind and nice, but I've never met anybody on this platform at all, and probably never will, and that's probably a good thing. But what I am saying is, you have to figure out, go deep within yourself, and you can't figure it out by yourself. That's why therapy is there. Therapy does not mean you're crazy, even though some of you will go and you probably will find out that you have some hidden type of like mental illness or something like that, and that's fine too. Because you got to get things under control if you want better for your life. If you're tired of being unhappy, there's a lot of people on medication right now, depression medication, bipolar medication, by the grace of God. And I do go to therapy. I go to therapy all the time because, yeah, so I go to therapy and have been going to therapy because I wanted to figure out why I constantly attracted the wrong people in my life. And once I got down to the nitty-gritty, I stopped pointing the finger at everybody else and started looking at myself. And even though they were wrong, like, it wasn't their fault that I allowed them to do me the way that they did. You get what I'm saying? So once you go to therapy, consistent therapy, once you why is you eating on my phone? But once you go to consistent therapy and you heal the way that you are really supposed to, and I'm not talking about just being on the phone gossiping about your business, about your problems, because I've done that. Been there, done that. That didn't get me anywhere. That actually attracted more negative people because they just wanted to be in my business. What I'm saying is, once you take the time to really heal, focus on yourself, focus on your kids, you'll start attracting better. You'll start looking better. Doors will start opening. A lot of times doors are shut and doors are blocked because God does not want you to share that blessing with the wrong people. So in order to, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in order to answer your question, in order to forgive anybody, you gotta forgive yourself first. You have to, because it's not about them. I know a lot of times we want people to get their karma, as the universe say. We want people to reap what they sow, like the Bible say, and that's going to happen. It could be happening now. You just don't realize it because we're not inside of nobody's home. We're not on their job. We don't hear their phone calls. And just knowing that it's gonna happen, that way you don't have to look for it. A lot of times, like, people have, especially when it comes to social media, people have a false sense of reality. to where you can be anybody you want to be on the internet. And then when those cameras go off, that's when you see the real you or the real them. So I don't know about y'all, but my reality is my reality. And I've learned to separate social media from my real life. And I don't think I've ever made a better decision. So, anyways, yeah, but when you stop getting mad at hearing that person's name, when you stop getting mad at seeing that person's face, when you stop getting mad at knowing that that person tries to do things still to you today to like piss you off and get underneath your skin, when you when it does not affect your everyday life anymore, when it doesn't affect your mood, that's how you know that you've forgiven them, you've forgiven yourself, and you've healed. As long as if your enemy calls you ugly or something like that and it pisses you off, as long as you see their face and your whole day is ruined, or you hear their name and your whole day is ruined, then you have not healed. You haven't healed. I've been there. More than you guys will know. I have been there, but I'm not there anymore. I don't live there anymore. Because like I said, I have separated social media from real life. Social media is, people do things for entertainment and people do things for attention. And when I figured out those two things, I don't care what nobody says about me anymore. Can't nobody bring me down. Can't nobody make me feel like I'm less of a woman because of those people that didn't heal. Can't nobody judge me based off of social media, especially if you've never made me a day in your life off of social media. And I'm not talking about no enemies that know me in real life and have brung negative things about me on social media to try to destroy my character or ruin my reputation. That's why I always say you can tell a lot about a person just based off of how they treat other people, what they say about other people, and just pretty much their personality, right? So if you see a person on this platform that's always negative, always talking about somebody, always down on somebody, always judging somebody, that's a dead giveaway that they haven't forgiven the people that caused them trauma and pain, and also they haven't been doing what they're supposed to be doing to get the therapy that they need to heal. And I'm gonna tell you something, going to therapy again does not necessarily mean that you're crazy, because you gotta, especially when life throws a lot of things at you, like you gotta learn how to cope with those things. You want to be able to not respond to negativity. You want to be able to understand why that person does what they do. And a lot of times when you go to therapy for yourself and you tell them what this person have done to you, they will tell you exactly what's wrong with them. And then instantly you start feeling sorry for them. Like you went in so angry and mad, and that's what happened to me. I went into therapy so angry and so mad, but then when I realized that that person was hurting because they didn't boss up, like going to therapy is bossing up. That means you want to be here. I don't care what nobody said. I don't care about the statistics. I don't care about the stereotypes. I don't care about any of that. When you go to therapy, that means that you just want to boss up your life. That's all that means. Because when you angry and you hurting and you crying all the time, your vision is just clouded by all this negativity, and all it is that person, that person, that person, that person. You spend hours on the phone talking about the same thing. I've done that. I don't live there no more, thank God, but I have done that. And it wasn't getting me anywhere. It was actually setting me back. It was pulling my focus. It was pulling my time, my energy. I couldn't get nothing done. And I said, I'm not giving that person or those people any more power over me. And I started to go to therapy because I wanted better for myself. I wanted better for my kids. I used to get on social media. I used to see what somebody was saying about me. People used to at me and things. People used to talk so low about me. And I used to be mad all day long to where I was not able to get nothing done. And I'm not just talking about social media. Like, I was not able to be my full self for my kids. None of that. But I snapped out of it real quick. Because it's a difference between social media and it's a difference between real life. Social media is going to always be entertainment. It's always going to be some type of attention-seeking platform. Like, that's just what social media is. And you're always going to have people that don't like you. They're going to talk down on you. Like, that's why I said I'm so glad that I built my confidence so high to where seeing something negative about me, I look at it. And sometimes I don't even look at it. But if I'm forced to look at it, then hey, how you feel about me, that's your business. That's not me. That's not my reality. It doesn't mean that I have to agree with what you're saying, because opinions are just like assholes. Everybody got one. So if you feel like I'm ugly, cool. If you feel like I'm a terrible mom, cool. If you feel like I'll never get the husband of my dream, or whatever it is that you think about me, cool. That doesn't matter to me. I'm so far past that. I've elevated so much in real life. And elevation does not mean having like finer things. It doesn't mean money. It doesn't mean wealth. Like, because in order to attract those things, you got to attract the right people. And in order to attract the right people, you got to heal. Because if you don't heal, you're going to end up with people that are abusive. You're going to end up with people that are self-centered, just want to control everything. And I'm realizing a lot of people don't even really want to be in your life. They just want to control your life. Meaning they want to control your destiny. They don't want you to get to the next level. Because if you get to the next level, you may pass them. And people only want you to be as successful as they want you to be. Which is why when you see those signs, you see those red flags, like, you got to act on it fast. And if you don't go to therapy, you're going to be thinking that it's you. Because a lot of times I thought that it was me. But once I started getting my healing and my therapy, and I started feeling better on the inside, and I started looking better on the outside, like, trust me, therapy isn't a bad thing. And even, like I said, even if you don't be afraid to go to therapy, just because some people actually find out that they have certain issues, that's fine. There is medicine for everything. And if you don't want to do medicine, there are different alternatives. Some people are battling bipolar. I don't even think tripolar is even a thing, but some people really do have some mental illnesses going on to where they'll never be happy, to where they have to get certain medications because they have a chemical imbalance in their brain. So they're always going to be one way today, tomorrow they're going to be different. One day they love you, care about you, give you the world. The next day they angry, bitter, hateful. Like, you don't want to attract those people. And so when they say forgiveness is for you and not for the other person, y'all, I'm looking all around. I do that. It is for you. It is for you, because the people that hurt you, they going about their business. They getting a kick out of knowing that they pissed you off, that you can't get nothing done, that you missing meals and missing sleep and doing all these things. So while you up at night, they sleep. While you starving yourself, they eating steak and shrimp. And fish fillets and buffets and everything like that. A lot of times when people hurt you, they don't care. That's another harsh reality. When people hurt you, they hurt you because they don't care about you, about the situation. And the only way that they are going to care is if they go to therapy. And depending on the situation and how consistently they are with hurting you, they're probably not going to go to therapy at all. Because a lot of times people don't feel like there's nothing wrong with them. And I'm not saying from a mental standpoint, meaning if you're always angry, then there's something wrong. If you have severe insecurities, then there's something wrong. Like, if something is training your mind to think negative all the time, then there's something wrong. Like, you got to go and you got to figure out why you respond to things the way that you do. I throw myself underneath the bus. I had, when I was going to therapy, one of the things that wanted to learn how to cope with is how I respond to things, because people just getting a kick out of seeing me act out, get a kick out of, you know, doing things and saying things just for me to respond or tell my business or something like that. So I realized that I always back then, not now, I done came a long way, but when you've been around people that never really protected you, that's not excluding parents, so that it starts with your parents, but it could be friends, definitely relationships, definitely marriages. When you have those people in your life and they should have your back 100%, and not just behind closed doors, that means in the public, not just with certain situations, that's with 100% of certain situations, and they don't do that, it tends for you to act out to prove a point. Well, if you ain't gonna have my back, I'm gonna have my own back. And then, like, especially if you're a woman, like, you stepping out of your feminism, and men don't like women that are masculine. Some men do. I don't know of any men that do, but some guys like women that are masculine because they don't know how to lead. And if they don't know how to lead, then they definitely shouldn't be your boyfriend or your husband anyway. But yeah, so that's just my thoughts on that. I could go on and on and on for days, you know. And one last thing I'm gonna say: in order to forgive yourself and forgive the person that hurt you, you have to exit that person out of your life, because you're just gonna be going to therapy for no reason, wasting your money. Even if you have insurance, you're gonna be wasting your time. You could have been doing something else with your time, or they could have been doing something else with their time, treating somebody else. But you definitely want to get rid of the problem. And some people you will not be able to get rid of, especially if you have kids by them, but you can deal with them with a long handle spoon. You don't gotta cupcake and talk to them and do all this other stuff. You just keep it about the child and mean it, and we don't got nothing to talk about. Don't even smile at me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you definitely want to, like, get a wraps on that, because when you're in your 20s, like, you know, you make your mistakes in your 20s, but if you can avoid mistakes in your 20s, please do so. I regret that I wasted time on the wrong people. Like, I just feel like there was people that was in my life in my 20s that shouldn't have never got their privilege or their honor, and they decreased my value. And people will come in your life and they'll decrease your value. You can be put on a pedestal, but if you get with the wrong person and they mistreat you, and you keep going back, or they keep talking about you and gossiping, and you still continue to hang out with them and be their friend, your value is going to decrease. Nobody's going to have respect for you because that person don't have respect for you. So if you guys want me to do a video on how to increase your value, let me know, because I'll definitely do that. And also, guys, some of my videos is not gonna be for you. Some of you guys might look at my videos as a complete joke, because y'all, again, y'all haven't healed, and because y'all ain't healed, y'all so focused on all the negative things that went wrong in my life. But I'm past that. So if I'm past it and it's my life, then y'all should get past it too. So for the people that understands that people can still grow regardless of the circumstances, then this video, if it was for you, I hope that God gave me exactly what I was supposed to have said to help y'all. It's getting real out here. Times are different. Times are definitely changing. Things are not the same anymore. So if you are sitting around on your behind and you're waiting for somebody else or something to make you happy, you're never gonna be happy. You gotta find that happiness within, because, you know, you gotta find a way to be happy within yourself. And I regret that I was putting my happiness in the hands of associates, friends, mentors, boyfriends, like marriages. Like I was, when I walked into that therapy session months ago, I was disgusted with myself. Disgusted. And now I'm able to attract better, and I want better. And some people had to go, and I don't have any regrets. You guys shouldn't have any regrets, because it's your life. And guess what? We're not aging backwards. We're aging forward. And I'm talking about from a birthday standpoint. Like, some people really do age backwards with their looks. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is, every day counts. Every day that you have breath in your body, you can get it right. You don't want to be in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. If you live to see that long, get me wrong, that's terrible. When you get in those ages, you should be at peace. You should be happy. You should be like, you should never be angry. You should always have a smile on your face. You should always be thanking God every day for giving you new life, new beginnings. Because once we close that casket on one of our loved ones, we can never see them again. And once our loved ones close that casket on us, they can never see us again. And people, they oftentimes get so wrapped up in the social media thing, and they get so wrapped up in just drama and just gossip and just, I don't know, that they forget that we're here temporarily. And there's so many people in the grave right now that did not live their life to the fullest. That lived their life with abuse from people, husbands, wives, whatever. And they didn't leave behind no legacy. And I feel like the goal is try to leave your stamp here on this earth so that whenever your time comes, and hopefully everybody, including myself, live a long, 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 successful life. That's something that I pray every day over myself and my kids. But hopefully everybody really do get a chance to live their life to the fullest and have no regrets. So whenever that time comes, everybody can say, well, she lived her life. He lived her life, you know. And be at peace that whenever your time do come, that you did right by your kids, and that you did do right by the people that you did right by. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. I don't want to be late to my meeting this morning, but I love y'all. Give me more interesting topics to talk about. I did do like a couple cooking videos, but y'all, those cooking videos take forever and I don't really got time. So what I will do, even though I won't like film and edit the same day, I may just go ahead and film those cooking videos for y'all and then just have them in the chamber whenever I do feel like editing. But I hope you guys have an amazing morning. Go get you some healthy breakfast. Like, I'm probably gonna eat me a banana, and there's these I forgot what they call. There's some type of blueberry oats crackers or something. I don't know. Breakfast crackers though. Anyways, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. And please, y'all, don't be afraid to spam up my DMs, the ones that are following me. My Instagram is still private right now. I did that for a reason. But I will be unprivating my Instagram here really soon, and my Twitter. Or I wouldn't say really soon, like whenever I feel moved to set it back public. So anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned to my next video.